Hello, welcome to the Louisiana Art and Science Museum and the Irene W. Pennington Planetarium for our National Astronomy Day 2021. Today we will be doing some activities provided by NICE Network. Our first activity of the day is going to be to create a nebula. Well, before we create that nebula, let's talk a little bit about nebulas and take a look at some images. All right. So, a nebula is a large cloud of gas and dust in space that can be created by a dying star. Nebulas are responsible for mixing up and spreading out elements in space. And this activity today, the spreading paint represents a dying star ejecting its matter into space. Out in the universe, a dying star pushes out gas and dust, forming rays, rings, and other features of nebulas, just like the ones you can make with the paint. Some giant stars, much like the sun, die with a violent explosion called a supernova. But many stars slowly shed their contents into space from a form planetary nebulas. Planetary nebulas aren't actually planets, but these fuzzy objects resemble planets through old telescopes. Many nebulas are round, but strange shapes are also possible depending on what's nearby the dying star. No matter the final shape, the messy process of creating a nebula stirs up elements in nearby space, just like mixing paint colors in the spinner. Elements from the stars that died a long time ago spread throughout space and contribute matter to the solar system, Earth, and even us. The oxygen you breathe, the calcium in your bones, and the precious metals in jewelries are all elements that came from dying stars. So today we're going to create our nebula. And how are we going to do it? We are going to use a salad spinner that you see here. We're going to use some paint. All right. And we're going to use a round piece of construction paper. Okay. Now, the paint that you're going to use, you're going to want to use tempera paint, as you can see here. We chose a lot of neon colors here that you can see that are available at your local stores. But I wanted today just pick 3 colors. The colors I picked today are going to be blue, bright neon yellow, and a bright neon pink. Okay, now what are we going to do first? The first thing we're going to do is take the top off of our salad spinner. We're going to use our black construction paper and we're going to place it in the bottom of the salad spinner. When we place it in the bottom of the salad spinner, place the circle in the bottom of the spinner and choose at least 3 colors. We've chose our 3 colors, blue, pink, and yellow. All right. Now I'm going to squirt about 5 to 10 drops of each color into the center of the paper circle so that all the drops are touching. All right. So let's start off with our blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to do 11, 12. I'm going to do 12. All right. Then I'm going to use my pink. Remember, place it directly on top of your blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12. All right, now I'm going to use my yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And I'm going to even do 13 on that one. All right, now, what I'm going to do now, before spinning, lift up the spinner and tilt it back and forth to start spreading the paint equally in the different directions. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tilt it so that it starts to go in all the different directions to get it traveling before we start spinning to see what's going to happen. All right, I'm moving it to the left. I'm moving it to the right. It takes a little minute for the paint to move along. Oh, these are pretty colors too. Takes a minute. Make sure it spreads out in all the directions equally. All right. And I think we got it going in some of the directions. All right, now this will be your star with its mix of elements, all right, as we mix it around in all the different directions. Now, we're going to cover the spinner with the lid and use our hands to pump to spin everything for several seconds. All right, once it's up, look inside. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Let's spin. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to spin it a little more. Oh, okay, here we go. It's a little better. All right. Now I'm gonna stop and take the lid off and check out my nebula. This is a little, ooh, all right. It didn't cover the whole page, but remember, each nebula is gonna be unique and different in its own way. NASA scientists can assign colors in nebula images to represent different elements and other characteristics we can't see with our eyes. In this activity today, you've made an artistic representation or model of a nebula. Objects in space emit light over the full electromagnetic spectrum, not just the colors we can see. Often, images captured by space telescopes include types of energy beyond visible light, such as an X-rays, infrared, or ultraviolet light. Scientists translate these types of energy into visible colors in the final image to share more information. For example, scientists use NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory to observe the area around the center collapsed star in the Cat's Eye Nebula and discovered a hot cloud of gas emitting X-rays. Because X-rays are invisible to our eyes, scientists use blue to represent them in this image. Scientists also use colors to represent the unique mix of elements in each nebula. For example, red usually indicates hydrogen gas. All right, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this activity today at the Louisiana Art and Science Museum and Irene W. Pennington Planetarium, National Astronomy Day 2021. Visit our website and check out more great things about Astronomy Day today. But I hope you enjoyed doing your nebula activity. Thank you. Have a happy Astronomy Day.